What is going on, everyone? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right. And we've been better, we've been worse. Oh, so we're looking for an easy night tonight. Doing the audio check now as normal, but it sounds fine. All right, so let me talk about me. For a second. Um, I am tired. Yeah, I probably sound it too. It's been a tough week. It's actually been a tough 2 weeks, but I'm a mechanic. I work with my hands, and with winter coming, we've been doing a whole lot of winter prep with machinery and stuff, and it's hard living sometimes. So we got several injuries that we're dealing with, and they're fun. The first one, I don't know if you could see this, not really, but yeah, we got a scrape right there. That was pushing a tool, and then everything gave way, and I boom put my fist into some fans, some fins. They weren't running. I'm safe. Try to be as safe as can be. But it was some metal fins, and it scraped a layer of skin off, and that hurts really bad. I've got this one. Looks like I'm being nasty, but this I was opening up a bucket of oil, big 5-gallon bucket, because we go through a lot sometimes. And when I peeled it open, it snapped back down and it caught my fingernail. This is a gross story, I'm sorry. And it bent it back, I guess, about a quarter of the way down. And, oh, that hurts so bad. And I've hit it so many times. Mm. Uh, we got some puncture wounds here. That happened today. Yay. And we've been dealing with this one here too. So my hands are just beat up and they're sore. Oh, they hurt. They're like warm. I feel like Mickey Mouse with like big, ginormous hands. Oh, we're still dealing with right elbow problems, left shoulder problems, and we'll add little back questionables in there. So anyway, end result is um, real life is making game life incredibly difficult. We're in Dune Awakening tonight because we can kind of control things a little easier and it's not so bad. The two injuries on my hands here, this middle finger on my left hand for Battlefiled is how I move forward. Pretty important. And this right index finger being all messed up, that's how I shoot guns. It's the trigger. So moving forward and shooting is painful. Not the best setup. Oh, wow, we moved our mouse pad, moved the whole mouse. But we're still here. And believe it or not, even though we're hurt and beat up, we're in a good mood because tomorrow, I'm a U.S. citizen, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. It is my favorite holiday. We got a big old turkey in the fridge right now. Be making that tomorrow. Mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, mac and cheese, biscuits, gravy, stuffing. Oh my gosh. And it's not just Thanksgiving that I love, it's the fact that, like, I'll be eating turkey sandwiches and other things and leftovers for days. I'm so happy about that. We'll be all right. We'll make it through. Got Pickle in here with me. Hi, buddy. Come say hi to everyone. Psst, psst. You want to come? Yeah, you want to come over here and say hi? Keep coming. There you go. You're almost in there. You are. What's going on, bud? Oh, he's gonna make noises on the boom mic. Sorry about that. Haru's back here, and then I got Eli on the floor. He's on his blankets. Mrs. Rabbit's working, so I'm on animal detail, and you're making the most of it. Is that everybody? Yeah. The rest of them are out somewhere causing trouble. You gonna sit over there? That'll be cool. Well, let's get going, right? The first thing I want to talk about is why we're out here in the sun trying to get ourselves killed. Is because if you've watched my streams before, I passed by a base. It was a monstrosity, but one thing I give the guy credit for is he built it going over like a transit way, a place where people are going to be going back and forth often. And he was nice enough to build it arch. like on support so that it didn't cause problems there. But he has not played in a long time, and this base is falling apart. So we can now see that he had a buggy. Don't know what kind. The roof is all gone. He had a big central tower. That's all gone now. That part took a beating, I guess. And this whole middle part here is done. I didn't think that there was going to be supports inside of here. I figured he just built walled things, but no, he took the time to put some pillars inside, so it actually stayed standing for much longer than I thought it was going to. He's got 2 ornithopters here. Surprised that one ain't taking a nosedive, but hey, whatever. All of this is exposed now, so all of these things are going to start deteriorating more and more. Oh, I didn't want to hit that button. It's busted up hand. These guys were outside for quite a bit, so they're not long for this world either. We had a ramp and some stairs. They disappeared. Funny thing about this is that's the only box that I've seen in this entire base. Here's his console. If he'd have built it and put it over there when all of this stuff started collapsing, this would have gone as well. It kind of looks like these outside edges might have taken a little bit more damage than anything else. Let's see. So if you go to repair, you can see how this is critical and that's critical. But yet this one here, busted up hands, man. This one here is perfect. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. That says wrecked, but it didn't go away. I don't know why. That's wrecked. I guess the next storm is going to do a lot of damage to these guys. But this is where his console is. So I think when this breaks, this is going to be kaputs. It's gone, even though it's in pretty good shape. So I may find out what was so important that this ginormous base has this box in it. When this breaks, I could throw down a console. And away we go. The issue with that is tonight we're going to go build a deep desert base. That'll be my 3rd console. I'm not getting rid of my main base and the monastery staying, so we may not care all that much. Looks like he's got... Yeah, see? I don't know. It's a very strange design. This goes around here to a door that leads out there. Okay. I guess. But yeah. So we've just kind of kept an eye on some of the bases around and ones that didn't have power and could potentially be going bye-byes. They patched the method that you used to use to steal people's stuff. So, yeah. Sometimes it's a shame to just see things like this. Somebody put in some time and effort, you know. Oh, look, there are more boxes. But got put a lot of time and effort into this, and just decided not to play anymore and called it quits. Wow, I did not know these guys were here, man. Oh, wonder what's in all these. Maybe we'll find out. Who knows? I cannot build on this because his sub-peep is still up there and running. But, yeah, it's interesting. Kind of makes it questionable as to whether or not I should build a deep desert base. Been waiting this whole time for this thing to break down. There's not anything in there that's going to be really exciting that I don't already have, but, you know, it's just free stuff. It's free stuff, you know? Come on. Wonder if there were other boxes up there. Wonder. They're all in perfect shape, so they just got revealed. It's really going to be, the main thing is going to be that corner piece where his console is built. If that goes, then all this stuff is free game. Mixed feelings about this, you know. It is just a shame to, see this skeleton here rotting away. But I understand that they don't want to make things go away too quickly. Such is life, right? Right? They can't really see you because you're behind the micro. I'm gonna move the mic. Hold on. There you go. I'll lean forward and talk loud. That way you can watch. Hey. Hey. Please don't rub against that. How you doing? Meow meow? Yeah. Meow meow. Yeah. Alright. Well. Alright, we're gonna get back to our base and I'm gonna move this mic stand up more. I guess you could sit there and show if you want. Right? Get the headbutt? Nope. Alright. So, yeah, it's just a little strolling around the neighborhood here. But let's get on to our business. And what we want to talk about today. So in order to do that, what's the point of building spots to park your vehicles if you don't take the time to park them? Jesus Christ, what is going on here? Oh, he's gone. Alright, we'll move this back up so you guys can hear me better. I don't have to shout. Oh my, okay. Telling you folks, man, this hand is... You know what? That's perfect. It's exactly where it's supposed to go. Actually, not bad. I do the highlights just so I could seize them. Because they look cool. Anywho. We're going to come down here. And I want to show you something. Let's set ourselves up for somebody to screw with us. But yeah, I have this, which is a large spice refinery. You make the small one, it'll work. Doesn't take much spice. And it's how you're going to initially start generating the melange you need in order to make stuff. Your higher end equipment, weapons, gear, vehicles, they all require a little bit of melange. And in order to get that, you have to go get spice and refine it. And once you get done with the small, then you can do this guy here. It's the medium one. The small one's just one tube. This one's the medium. I still have mine here because this one only makes 10 spice melange when you do it. The other one does 1, I think. But this one will make 10, but it only requires just a wee little bit, 563. So I could actually make 90 melange right now if I wanted to. I keep this one because, let's say I'm making stuff and I'm only like 12 short. I can go out and get 1,000 spice, come back, make 2 batches, get what I need, drive on. Instead of having to collect the amount for that large one. It's funny. Like, look at the size of the medium to the large. You need it 5 tall. It's huge. It's ridiculously huge. But whatever. Yeah, I got 2 boxes. One is for the spice sand that I collect, and then the other one is for the melange that I make. And then this little box over here is for the residue. That's for filters and power cells and things. But I had not collected spice in a long time. I went out, got a bunch, made a bunch, had tons. I think I got down to like around 100, 150 melange in here. Just don't use it that much. So, but now, if you look, we got a pretty decent little amount there. 1,200. And the reason we got 1,200 is... Oh, by the way, let me check. This, you can make 200, but you need... Oh, I know what's going on. Normally you need 10,000, but pretty sure the Landsrat is going to have production. Sorry. Because we want it. Yep, crafting costs are reduced by 25%. So instead of the normal 10,000 that I need, and that over there also is reduced by, so I think that's 750 is what that needed. Here I need 7,500 or 10,000 on a normal day to make 200. And then there's your water. The water's reduced as well. But I went out in the deep desert because for a Landsrad task, I needed some Opifire gems. And best way to get those is to go out in the deep desert with a scanner on your ornithopter and you fly around and look for buried treasure because that's where they are. So I was out doing that and I came across the remains of a medium spice field. Somebody had landed and took a whole bunch out of the center, left those fringes done, and then they rolled off. So I was flying around looking for stuff, and after about 3 or 4 minutes, they hadn't come back, and I'm like, I wonder if it's free game. So I landed, started taking some, and I ended up completely filling up my scout thopter and completely packed my pockets, my backpack, with spice and flew off back home. And I was actually pretty excited. I was like, oh, that's awesome. We just got a whole bunch of spice. And then a medium bloom popped off on my way home. And it was in the PvE zone. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And I thought to myself, I have a carryall and I have a sandcrawler. Now, I built those because you have to in order to get some challenges done, but I never really used either one of them. The only time I drove the sandcrawler was to park it from where I built it. And the only time I used the carryall was once to take my buggy over to the Hagger Rift from where I'm at. That way I didn't have to worry about driving it forever, and I didn't have to worry about quicksands or drum sands or worms or anything. So we flew it over there, and that made life much easier. But that's the only time I ever used it, and I never went to the deep desert with it. Um, and then they recently made a change to where the carryall can now pick up a vehicle and transport it from the world map to the deep desert or back and forth. And that, quite honestly, was huge. Because otherwise you'd have to take it apart, carry it over there in pieces, put it back together. Um, so I was like, you know what? It was very quiet. I never saw anybody. Somebody took that medium spice, but they never came back. This one's in a PvE zone, so I can't get attacked. Like, maybe we should try it. So I did. So we came back here. We loaded everything up, made sure we had a bunch of fuel cells, and we took our carryall and our sand crawler, went out, and we harvested most of that medium spice field. I would say we probably got about 75 to 90%, somewhere in that range, because it was a little spotty. The way it was positioned was on the side of a dune, so we couldn't get that crawler to get in there. And as I was doing that, another medium bloom went off, and I was like, "Holy crap!" Okay, so actually, what I didn't get from the first one, I definitely got from the second one, and we got 3/4 of that second one, and we ended up coming back. It's a spoiler alert. This is a video I'm making, going over this whole process. But spoiler alert, we came back with 30,000, 35, about 3,500 spice. 3,500. What am I talking about? 35,000 spice sand. It was crazy. It was crazy. Um, and that's how we turned it all into that. So we were very low, and now we're sitting really well. And since it's a viable option now, I was like, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and plan for that, because usually when I go to the deep desert, it's either just to get plastanium or to get spice. And we built everything for that purpose. Never built it for a sand crawler or a carryall. So the last time I was out there, I was like, hey, this is a really great design. I'm actually really liking this. This is pretty awesome. And immediately we're going to have to make changes to it. So we're going to go out into the deep desert, build ourselves our base. Sorry, needed the coffee. And then we're going to see what kind of changes we need to make. And we're going to get everything out there. The Coriolis storm is every Tuesday morning where I live. So adjust it to wherever it is that you live. And it's already happened to happen yesterday. So this is the start of a week, and this is a great time to get on out there and see what we can get done. Now, we made some changes here recently. I used to have Tier 6 and Tier 5, or Mark 6 and Mark 5 aircraft, but we put the 5s in the boxes behind them when we go straight with the 6 now. And then I put these 3 boxes. I did have 2, and I had little ones here. I moved them to the side. And we put this other big box. Now, what are these for? Well, this middle one this is stuff that I collect in the course of a day that I don't want to have to go through. Like if I picked up this, and here, this is going to break soon, and this is some extra stuff I got, blah, blah, blah. This is just stuff I have to go through. So it's just a temporary box for junk. But these 2 are my deep desert base. In this one, I have the building materials that I needed. I have some fuel cells for my super awesome generators. I've got some of the industrial lubricant for the wind factory, or the wind traps, for the generators, the wind generators up top. And then I've got filters here. And those are for the wind traps that I'm going to build. We got a little bit of salvage metal so that we can build ourselves our console, and maybe 1 generator to get us going. We're not really going to take too many regular fuel cells because they're out there. We'll find them. This just ended up being in here because it's part of the construction. This is for some of the lights and the other stuffs. Decorations, I guess. One of the key things are these guys right here. So I have 105, 21, and 6. So what do I have these for? Well, these are for those guys right there. What you want to do is you want to carry enough to make at least 1 of the boxes. Whether you are doing the medium containers or if you're doing the small ones, it doesn't matter. Whichever one you're going to do, you're going to want to bring this out on your first run, because you're going to come out, you're going to get the basic building set up. First thing, you got to set a console down. Once you get a console, then you're going to set the basic building up, and it's so much easier to have a box where you can take everything from the cargo, whatever, whether it was your salt or a scout or whatever you brought over, take everything out of there, put it in the box. That way, when you're building stuff, it's pulling from it. Because if you're siphoning it back and forth, it's a pain in the ass. You'll build, and all of a sudden you don't have the materials. You got to run back over to your ornithopter, pick other stuff up, and build. So I bring enough to make several of those boxes right at the start. So I'll put down some foundations. Well, I'm going to put down my console, put down some foundations, move the console onto that, and build those boxes. Pull everything out of the assault thopter, because I'm going to take my assault for the bulk. Take everything out of the assault thopter and put it in there, and then commence to building. And as it stands right now, I'm just about at 1,000. So I'm at about half of what I need for just the structure alone and getting most of the utilities up and running. The second box over here is the stuff that's inside the base. You're going to see a bunch of the silicone blocks, a bunch of duraluminum. This is for water storage, for the machinery that I'm planning on building. The only thing I don't have here is I don't have the materials required to do a large spice factory. spice refinery. So we're going to have to add that to this whole mess. But as you can see, this box is way more heavy. What I will do is I will grab my assault thopter, and we're going to load everything we can into that. Now I've got 2 fuel cells. We're going to go ahead and keep that. That's, you know, good enough. You want to look for the things that have got the heaviest amount of volume. Like 2.1, that's a backpack item. 1.2 backpack. 25, that's a bit heavier. Here's 10 and 10. This we're going to carry on us. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead, go to our backpack, and we are going to bring you over. I guess we'll do this just because they're there. 10 and 10, like I said, is small. Oh, and by the way, I also have my buggy that I use out there for collecting plastanium and stuff like that. I have her broken down. Some of this stuff is big. You know, this is 15. This is 15, but these guys are 5. Chassis 15. So we'll put the smaller stuff in to our backpack, and we'll save the thopter for the big stuff. So obviously you're big. So we're you and you and you and you. These things we're going to try to stick on us, but maybe not in the full amount. We can go ahead and half it or even take it down a third if we really wanted to. These guys aren't all that heavy, so I'm not too concerned there, but this got some weight. So what we'll do is we'll split that in half, and we'll put that in here, and we'll go to our backpack. We'll bring you, and you. So here we're at about 143. I could drop this armor if I really wanted to, but I mean, it's under 10, so it should be all right. Doop. So let's go back here, and we'll see what else. 19, that's pretty heavy, actually. We definitely want the 15 stuff to go in the thopter. That's all pretty low, right? And 20 versus 25. So there's that. Actually, we'll take this out and we'll put both of these in. And now we have pretty well been filled up. Now, I've got tons of space left over. So honestly, I could drop these over here for time being. And we'll put more of that in, just a better usage of it. And then we can go back to our backpack and we'll carry around the fuel cells that way. 10, yeah, we can do these. And unfortunately, we do not have enough to carry all of it. So this is going to be our first run. And we have our base that we decided we liked scanned into this console device here. But we're going to make a change to that. But key things, number one, I want to make sure that I've got some salvage metal so that I can make a console to claim my little spot of land. And then I'll be able to make a box even if it's on the dirt. And we can dump everything into it and then we can get going. I've actually never done this with the scan gun, so it's going to be a learning experience. But as you can see, we didn't get everything out of here. And even if I dropped a bunch of stuff, it wouldn't help. And the other box has a lot more in it. So we're looking at probably 3 trips. So that's where we're at. But let's get out here. And we'll get in this. She's already fueled up. I went ahead and repaired a whole bunch of pieces of equipment. Put brand new stuffs on. So she is nice and shiny. Scrape a little bit on our way out, but that's okay. It's funny to me that for so long I did not use this tier 6 ornithopter, the assault one. I had her built for rockets in case things got heated. And it did once, but for the most part, we're very friendly. Try not to ruffle too many feathers or cause problems. But yeah, I really didn't use it. And I did everything in the tier 5 assault because, I had it. But this thing is so much faster and maneuverable. It's really messed myself up doing that. So if I ever do one of those top 10 tips, one of my tips for that is to don't get too attached to your old equipment. Because as soon as you get a newer piece or something better, throw it in there, man. Put it in the mix and use it. It will start giving you returns right away. Okay. So, as far as the deep desert, there are 3 entry points. And it's really easy to see where they are. 1, 2, trace. Doesn't matter which one you use. It's personal preference, whatever you want. I mean, my server might be different than yours. There might be people that love the middle one. I usually go to this one. Doesn't make a difference, though. So we're going to fly on up here. Now, my original spot where I built this base, at first I didn't like it because I was like, oh man, I'm driving all over the place. Nothing's close. But I'll be honest, wasn't that bad at all. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our original spot and we're going to build there, which is right on the shield wall. There's usually people that build right up in here. Looks like they have not arrived yet. That's a very popular spot. I mean, to be honest, people build right along the entry point there so that they can get quick transitions when they're transporting stuff. I understand that, but the time you're saving going back and forth like that way, you're just burning up going out to go get stuff. But I guess you're playing. I don't know. This is where we were originally built. Looks like this might be a hopping little place here all of a sudden. Last time we were here, there was nothing but fuel cells. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's crazy. But you know what? If we hit that with a vehicle, she ain't gonna matter. Man, might be worth it. Let's go over real quick. We'll take a look at the spot that I was talking about, the one that's right along the shield wall. We'll see. If not, we'll go right back to where we just were. Let's see. We got a couple things here. I like this spot because if I needed bodies, there's like the little camp right here, and there's also one on this side. So it was real quick and easy to get those. And it was a very short drive. You would just come down through here and you go up there and there's tons of materials up in these canyons up here. Usually some silliness over here. At least we got some fuel cells. That's good. But this was a normal spot for us. This nice little clearing. It's nice and level. It's only that little rock is a problem. Got another box of fuel cells. Let's take a look up top here. It's nice to see some stravidium. And this is usually, ooh, yep. It's usually stuff in here. There are some materials, definitely. Since we're not here specifically for plastanium, not having a whole lot of stuff around us isn't such a problem. I honestly wouldn't mind the faster transition from shield wall to deep desert. So, and plus the proximity, there's that other one I was telling you about. I got guys here for the the death stills. So I think we're going to build right here. There's some more fuel cells. That's good. Come on, get up off the ground. Alright, let's see here. So, if I'm not mistaken, because like I said, I haven't done this yet, so greetings to whoever is watching F5. Somebody's watching F5. Okay, so first thing we got to do is build one of these. I never build the regular one. I always build the advanced one. Why not, right? And it's a little rough to see, but you can place it. I want to get a nice level set of ground. That looks actually pretty good. The only issue is the way my base was built. Everything is going to be on this right side here. So that actually, it won't be too bad. We'll be able to come up this way to get in. I don't want those rocks. Oh, we're sloping up now. Oh, man. Well, I guess we got to deal with rocks somewhere, right? Hey, we're starting to get heat stroke, so that's cool. I think this will do. All right, there it is. So we have now claimed our territory. And let's get out of the sun. So that's where we lives. And now I should be able to just pop this on. All pieces must be placed on your land. Well, of course. Okay, so we can rotate it? We can. We can rotate it. Oh my goodness. This is not easy to see. Good lord. Let's come over here. Alright, now we'll try again. I built this pretty close to the lines, so that should do it right there. What do you think? Place copied structure. You're about to place the copy of the structure in this world. This action is not reversible and will consume the tool item. Do you wish to continue? I did not know that. Sure. Is it blocked? Is it because of my thing? Oh no, it's in there. Okay. Is it? No. All pieces must be on my land. Pretty sure they are. Let's go check the back. Yeah, I think we did pretty good. What do you think? I think that's good. Place. Confirm. Is it because this is in the way? Getting upset. Let's see. What if we go... All right, to inventory. We don't really need that right now. So let's go to you. Go to 7. And we will move you. That's because the bad guys are there. I don't know if that's going to work, though. And we'll go 6. It should. Do you twist it a little? That's a little angry. That's angry. Oh. Not enough support. What are we talking about here? Getting upset. What's not on my land? I guess I can move more sideways. I don't see anything red. This is getting dumb. But it looks like we could move this right up and about here. That looked like it was in the best spot. Okay, let's try it again. Yes, I know. And everything's got to be moved onto my land and Base not found. What are you talking about? Did it work or did it just break? Did I just erase my blueprint? There is a very good chance that I just erased my blueprint. It said it would consume the gun when it used it. Hey, what's up, Jim? If I consumed it, I'm kind of thinking that when I go to build, I should see the base. So I guess I broke it. Well, it's hanging off the edge. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and... Oh, I probably can't do that. Oh, man. Okay, well, let's go R. And we'll go to storage, and as you can see, we can make at least one box, which is awesome. So we shall make... This ground shit's really starting to upset me. Okay, and now we're going to just start dumping everything we had. You get to come back. You get to come back too. Okay, and then... Is it really not close enough? Dune Awakening starting to damage my calm. Definitely starting to damage my calm. Alright, well, I guess we're starting from scratch. Which isn't so bad. I think I remember what it looked like. We did have to make some pretty impressive changes, so I guess it won't be too bad. But let's go ahead and do that. You serious? And we pretty much gonna come all the way over. We're gonna get some grass sticking through our floor, but like I said, there's worse things. It's kind of nice to be able to do this at night because I have actually been like constructing and working on my base and doing things, and then all of a sudden I just collapse because I wasn't paying attention to my water situation. It's also a reason why we're wearing our still suit today. So we have to ask ourselves the question, how much is it going to annoy us to have these little tufts of grass sticking through? Or do we go ahead and, since we're doing the changes now anyway, are we going to make ourselves a little more? Are we going to put like another layer up? I think we'll be okay. Can't guarantee that we'll be okay, but I think we'll be okay. Let's see. I guess we'll know if we're doing it right if, No, I had that copy. Like I said, I've never done this before, but you know what? Since we had to make changes, there's worse things in the world. And it is neither the first nor the last time that I will have screwed something up, so we'll be all right with it. Some stuffs that I remember. We're going to be putting a nice big section right here for the large spice refinery. I wonder if I had it too high up in the air because we're running real close to the ground here. I know in my old spot that I had to have, that's why we had the ramps showing up on the side. Doesn't appear as though with this territory, because of the slopes, I don't think I have to have as much of a ramp set up as we used to. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is start getting this foundation, but now we're going to get to the move section, and I'm going to bring stupid box and my stupid console, and we'll get them actually on solid ground. That way we can continue to build. We're going to check the time of day. We got sun coming up. We should probably not exit the game. We should probably get some walls built. That way I'm used to having it on that. Let's see. This is just honestly, I want to be self-expression, I want to have a little flair to it, but this is a deep desert base that's going to get blown up at the end of the week. So there we go. But it's very important that you make sure that you do inner faces versus outer faces. My God, have the consistency, right? And bastard. Dude, get up there. How can we do all of them and not have building in Dune? So, this is going to actually be kind of our first set of changes here because in our previous base we had a 2-story bottom and a 2-story hangar, and it worked just fine. But if we're going to bring a carry-all out here, we're going to need this place to be a little bit bigger. So we're going to have to see about that. This side is where the big old spice piece went. So this one, I know we got to go at least 5 high. This is actually really brave of me because I've done this before, and then when I get down here, because I couldn't see it properly, or well, because I'm blind and stupid, I would have that like half up. So it was, screwed. But, okay, so here we go. We got at least some sections. So we're going to do spice refining right here. And the way we had this base set up before is we came in that way, and it was kind of like a center area. This part, we're only going to need, I believe, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it should be right about here. And that should give us enough to put that. I'll tell you what. Okay, we're going to switch that now since I screwed it up. You just go over there, and I hate you and don't ever want to see you again. And there. Okay, so if we go here and hit R, and we go to these guys, we go to refineries. We can't build it yet, but we can at least see. Oh, yeah, look at that. When's she hitting the wall? Yep, so right here. So it's a 3 section. I'm guessing you aren't using the dampened threads. Oh, somebody's talking. Talking mad shit already. So we'll go here. Like I said, 3. Let's do an internal wall. And that. So that should be enough space to build what we need to. Boop, 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 boop. The issue I'm definitely going to have. Oh, you had your first week? Nice. What'd you get, man? Did you go after, like, spice, or did you go after, like, plastanium and stuff? Or both? I guess I shouldn't assume you're like me and just one or the other. Of course, I am opportunistic, so anything that shows up. I like to put this just again, like I said, it part of it's a construction Minecraft type game. I actually never played Minecraft. Never played Minecraft in my entire life. I know it's horrible. Garbage person. Boop. But like I was gonna say, one of the changes we have to make is where we're going to put our rooftop units, because before it wasn't going to be an issue, because we didn't need to build for the size of the carryall, so it's horrible. All right, so I'm going to shortcut this section, bit of both. Nice. Blueprints from the cave. Oh, look at this. Oh, you bastard. Okay, well that we just can't allow. So we are going to demolish this. And we're going to put a ramp in there. That way it'll look like we knew what we were doing. Let's do a half ramp, right? Just enough so that when we run a vehicle in, it goes doo-doo, it comes up. Now, before we had the garage was built over here, so I think because we're going to do sandcrawler and we're going to do buggy, we're going to come straight in here, and that's where everything's going to be stored. Normally, I don't like people seeing what I got, but is what it is. Oh, we're hitting wrong buttons. Injured hands, folks. All right. Yeah, you know what? You're going to be fine where you're at. All right, let's do some fancy walls and make sure we get this done so we don't die. 2,500 plastinium. Not bad, dude. Not bad. That'll get you some tier 6 gear. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to split my windows up. And because she's got an odd shape, I know we're going to have something weird happen here. So, that's enough windows, right? Oh, my pant leg is stuck. What the hell? And we'll just replicate the same thing over here. Except for the spice. We don't show people where our spice refinery is. Yeah, we're going to do that. Yep, this is a part where we're standing out in the sun, getting ourselves killed. You know? Because we dumb. Hold for now. Yeah, let's do this. We will continue with our corner theme, which means we've got to destroy some stuff. It's important. Must be consistent. Yeah, we're about half on water, so we're fine. Boop. Cool. Alright. We dying yet? Nope. See? That's what I do. Well, I accidentally, So I think we're going to actually do 4 across. I know I could do it in 3 and 3, but we're going to do 4. Oh, no. See? Why did you switch? Why can't I switch you back? There we go. Now we're not going to die anymore, at least. I want to have some kind of storage facility or something inside of there. I probably don't need it, but we're going to do it anyway. Like I said, now apparently we're going to have to change a whole bunch of stuff. There we go. Why did it get stuck? I'm not the only one that saw that, right? Looks like that was just a small field. But, okay. Come on, man. It's funny I say that I don't want to let people know, like, you know, with Windows, so they can peek in and see my spice refinery. Number one, they can't do anything to it, so what do I care? Number two, anybody who comes out in the deep desert and sees this ginormous, huge section of base knows exactly what's in there. And we'll let that stand for just a second. Jim, is your deep desert hopping, or is it kind of chill? If I might ask. Really doesn't matter because everybody's going to be able to see this. Well, I mean, this is on the inside portion, but whatever. Do do do. Okay, so um, this is kind of the cutoff mark here. This portion's got to be a little bit bigger. But this area here, this is all going to be 2 stories, and that's okay. So I just had a thought that sandcrawler can fit into 2-story section, but it's rough. It'll be fine, right? Should be totally fine. Let's do this wall. Why not, right? As long as there's no light fixtures dangling. Now we're running low on water. No. I know, kitty. You're fine, though. Okay. That does everything except for that portion. So let's get ourselves some flooring. I like to use these because it's like free light. And this will also help us not die anymore. I saw a post on Reddit. A guy was talking one time and he was saying like people need to take more time and be a little more artistic when they're building bases. Um, and I understand that concept, but I'll be honest with you, man. Sometimes the construction in this game is not nice. You try to fit things together, and you're like trying to be industrious, and it becomes quite a chore. There's a portion on my home base that I don't know why it just won't let me build a section of roof. Like I can come all the way out here. There's no way, this would be standing. But it lets me, but I can't build one. It's right there in the hangars. We'll see it when we go back. I'll point it out. But yeah, it won't let me build a another section there. So I don't know. Just dumb. Granite stone is running low. We are not going to have enough to do an entire structure here. And that's it. So that is all that we can build with the materials we have. So I have 2 options. I can either leave it standing all misshapen and gross like this and head back and get more granite stone. Lord knows I have enough. I could mine some while I'm out here to see the, just to get it so that way I don't have to go back out. We got no power on right now, so anything here, if a sandstorm does come through, it's taking damage. And plus it's all wide open, so that's no bueno. But, I don't know. Let's do this. Let's go here. Now, this will not be the final resting place, but it's good enough for right now. And I also want to make sure, since we're starting to build stuff, let's go in here and make sure that only us is allowed to use it. This, once you set it up, doesn't matter where this goes. You can put this anywhere. As long as it's within the footprint, doesn't matter. Other thing we're going to do here, just to get things up and running, is we're going to go to this. And we go here, and we'll switch. We'll go to utilities, and we're going to make one of those. But I don't have any salvaged metal. Oh yeah, I have tons of salvaged metal. All right, so we're just going to put 1, and then we'll put 2. That'll be enough, at least to get things running. Got ourselves a nice little box right here, so we'll pick up a cutter array. And although we're not going to get as much as we would with a with the buggy up and running, we don't need it. At least not yet. So I could walk right up to the generators and put those power cells in. But to be honest with you, I'm running slow. It's better to do it over here. That way it puts exactly the same amount of the maximum, whatever you have, puts it all in there. So let's get some water in us. Here we go. I guess we'll finish out the walls. If I really wanted to, I could build regular roof and get that done. But what we can do now is we can stop hitting that button. And we'll get in here. And we'll get that up in the air just so we can finish off. I hurt myself. Just so we can finish off the ground level here. Always switches to outer face. Don't know why. And those will be windows. Again, switches to outer face. Don't know why. Oh no! Unevenness! No! Yay, symmetry. Alright. So what we would have done, like you can see here, we've got the 2 section. This would have been our standard height for the hangar. It fits nicely with 2. You can get 2 high. You can get an assault in there. You can get a scout in there. Easy peasy. We're going to need way more room, though, if we're going to try to bring a carry-all out. So I think what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to go at least...
A large sandstorm is approaching.
Figures. We're going to have to go, I think, at least 1 more up. Just to make sure. So we will do a 3 tall hangar. Hangar. And we're going to have to go wider. We originally had a plan for some water to be stored up here in this little section and some crazy stuff. But unfortunately, again, switching to a carry-all, we don't have the luxury of that anymore. So we're just going to continue the same build pattern that we did downstairs.
Weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Now I'm going to leave this section open. There is a reason for that. because carryalls and adopters and stuff like that, sometimes they do not like going in just from straight up and above. So let's see, what do we do here with you? Oh, look at that, perfect. How close? Oh, we're doing fine. Oh, you know what? I just remembered something on my base when I made it before. These corners, I didn't have this. I had the pretty...
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
I did not have squared. Is it worth changing everything? Sure. So what we did was we went with this, and then we went with these kind of windows. One's a wall, one's a window. That's a rounded wall, and that one has a window. Come on, man. Come on. Thank you. So we're going to have to run and do that on all the corners. You know what's really fun is to be doing that with a sandstorm coming, you know. Am I sheltered, by the way? I don't know. I think I am.
Sector weather alert.
I think
A
my
large
assault's going to take a
sandstorm
little
is
bit of
approaching.
a punishment. And the sandstorms out here are even worse. And we missed. I think we can stuff this bad boy underneath. Or completely outside because we're dumb. Water sealed. Get out of here. Don't be stupid. Okay, so now we'll skadoosh, 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 skadoosh. Kind of on a
Sector
time
weather
crunch here.
alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
There we go. Alright, so that fixes at least some of it. I don't think I'm going to mess with too much of the rest of it because, like I said, we got bad stuff coming down the road now. Is it on the radar yet? Let's do a race. Wait. Is everything out of that assault? Yeah, okay. Hey, kitty, what's up? Hello, friend. I don't know that person. So, honestly, I don't know if they're a friend. I think we'll make it out of here before said sandstorm comes and gets us. So we're going to head back to Haga. We're going to go back into our hangar. We're going to pick up another load of the junk that we saw in there, and we're going to head on back out.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
You know, it's not good that I can't see it. It makes me wonder if it's coming from this direction. We just shut down. Sitting there worried about sandstorms. Yeah, because sometimes if you can't see them, that means it's going to open up right here in front of us. But we're going to get out before that even remotely happens, so... And back and forth we go. What's up? What's the matter? What are you doing? It's one of my favorite things is going back and forth on this world map, and then when you come out, you're in a sandstorm. It's like, thanks. Confirm. So what I want to focus on this time is getting the utilities up and running. Um, Stuff like the turbines for the roof, and specifically want to start building some water storage and the traps on the roof, because we got to start generating resources. We're not going to be able to make anything if we don't have power and we don't have water. In fact, it probably would have been smart to have come out here with enough stuff to, I don't care about that person, enough stuff to get at least one water trap functioning right off the bat, but 'twas not to be. And I know that I definitely don't have, I don't have all the materials that I need waiting for me with the changes we decided to do in our heads. So we are going to have to rob some more supplies, but once we do that, we'll put them in the boxes when we come back. That way, next time, if we can do that stupid base gun correctly, it's my fault. I mean, it's stupid, but I'm stupider. Yeah. There it is. See that? I can't put anything there. It won't let me in that one little section, so I just had to make it look like I did it on purpose. I don't know if that worked. Maybe you thought I did. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Come on now. Okay, so we're going to come over here and we want to load up this big stuff. We got things that are like 450, 400. These are just small things, so we'll bring those on ourselves. But let's go back to Assault and let's see how much we can fit in here. Bring you over. 250, that's good. This is going to be heavy. It's a lot of weight, man. Yep, that's going to be too much. I don't think it's worth it. We know we're going to have to make a third trip. So, let's see. We'll bring all of our spice over. We'll bring all of that over. We need industrial pumps for water. We're going to definitely need some silicone. Normally, I would put this in my backpack since it's not that much, but since we've got so much weight here, I can go ahead and use... Yep, you're full. Looks like we're done there, right? I'll tell you what, let's take one of these out. We'll put a partial in there because I want to bring those guys, and I want to bring you, but I can't, so the partial's coming out too. Really? Split it in half, and then we'll bring over whatever the excess. So I was 6 over. Dumb. That's dumb. Okay, another thing that we can do is see that we had a whole bunch of this. I wonder why I split it up that way. We're going to need a bunch more cobalt paste, but at least we're bringing some. I want to make sure that I've got pretty much a good spread of the stuff I need. The only thing in this box that I don't have yet is that, and it's only 4 volume. So into the backpack it goes. Oh, we got to get some granite stone too. Got to remember that. So there we go. So just 1,000, which is great. So we should be able to bring that next time, but unfortunately, all my granite stone is as far away from me as possible. We had to make a change. I used to have this on the right side, had to bring it over here, and we put our buggy there because we got to park that bad boy, and she is not maneuverable. But I needed a place to put it, and it wouldn't fit over here. So there you go. And we had to move our stairs. But it's okay. I don't think I need any of that stuff. Granite should be you. It's 50. That's good. We can bring 500. I don't know how much I'm gonna need. I guess we'll bring some more. I'll tell you what, we'll do it the proper way. We'll split you in half. We'll take 250. There you go. That should be good. If not, I know where to get more. So, okay. So I think we're full up, right? We'll go back up and take a look. Might bring some more sand buggy parts. Let's go with you, because I know we got some small ones. 20, that's going to be too much for us. And the assault thopter is completely full. Holy cow. Alright, so we can bring you and you. And that's it. Oh my gosh, come on. Ugh. This is just some organizing. That's 10. Oh, yeah. I think we're full. So, we just got to get this and that. So, that's actually a pretty short run. We might not have to bring the assault back out. I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, boy. While we're here, I want to check something real quick. Because this upper hangar is where we store ours. One, two, three, four. So we're 4 high. And if we do 3, it's going to be tight, isn't it? We're going to have to do 4. Oh, no, 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 no. No. Here, let's land. Hurt myself. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4. I mean, 3, it will work. Because 3 goes up to that. We'll see. We'll see once we get out there. Uh-oh. Bad things. Once we get out there, we'll see. If we have enough space to do 4, we'll do 4. Screw it. It's the worst could happen. For some reason, I'm going to decide to change clothes here real quick. So there is, like for your journey, there are certain challenges, like it's to build a sandcrawler and a carrier ornithopter, and also there's challenges where you have to do like the vehicles and stuff. But it is an investment for a solo player, because like I said, you don't get much use out of them. I wouldn't worry too much about it at the beginning. Save that for something that, like, later on in your career, you have way more resources. Things aren't quite as what's the word I'm looking for? There's not a whole lot of it. Son of a bitch. Yeah, it's not as plentiful. So yeah, your resources are a little more important in your early days. Once you start getting extra and you're like, oh, what am I going to do with this? Well, I build a carrier. The only thing I have to do with mine still is I have to transport it to a large field and then get some spice out of that large field. And then that should do it. Because you have to build it, then you have to take it out to a large field, and then you have to get some spice from the large field. I honestly just kind of wanted to do it just to, you know, have it, you know, and that was the cool part. So there was a guy flying in a carrier with a, looked like a sand crawler, like he was heading out to the field, but I don't see any bases out here with me. So where did he come from? Where did he go? Did you sing it? As soon as I said where did he come from, I sang it. Then I wasn't gonna like torture you guys with it. But then it stuck in my head, so I was like, screw it. We're all in pain. Cotton Eye Joe. Do 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 do. Boop boop. All right, now we can build some more roof and such. Let's see. This wasn't here on my original base. This like was like decorative. It actually kind of came in, you know, like right here and shot in that way. So I have this space as extra. So this might be the water storage that I should have up there. That'll give me the opportunity to put. I have a place for water, so I don't have to adjust that. Okay, so that it's in my head. If you saw what was in my head, it would make so much sense, but unfortunately you can't. We're doing okay with that, but could be better, right? Let's put you back in there. And we'll go ahead and stick those in. And we still got tons of space, so let's make use of it. Don't quite have to make another box yet, but this might change things, huh? No, not too bad. Okay. So we're good. Back to this. Back to you. Back to that. Make some more roofs. Let's go. I think it's going that way. It is now. Gosh, I like Gandalf the White there. You saw that. Might have brought a little too much granite stone out with me. It's okay, there's worse things. It's better than not having enough, right? Oh. Some of that grass. It's hilarious. Okay, here we go. Main floor is technically done. We got to do spice room, but that's okay. I like to inset my pentashields. Some people don't like these things. I don't have a problem with them at all. In fact, I use them on everything. Nice little, I don't know, it's a door. If they had better garage doors in here, it'd be cooler. It'd be a lot cooler if they did. But, they don't, so here we go. All right, let's finish off this section. See, now look, we can start building some stuff. That's totally awesome. But we're not there yet. Actually, I'm not going to finish this off. Let's come up here. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Looks like it's plenty of space. All that fun stuff for a carry-all to fit in. So we should be good there. I just need to finish this off. That's going to go up in the air. So we need to finish this section off right here. I can actually go over and build a little bit towards that, and we can put our water right there. That'll be good. The way I had it set up is I had 3, so we're going to have to do that. But, and then we can figure out what we are going to do with the rest. I used a section where I put, like a half roof there. Like a little bit of an overhang. Actually, it was 2 roofs. And I could put all of my, the turbines up top there. I had 5, had room for 6. Wasn't sure if I wanted to do the full thing. But we shall see. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We will go here, and we're going to have to go with structures. So we're not quite done yet. And we're going to go instead of, yeah, this will be perfect. So I'm going to do 2. And this will be a bit of an overhang, but that's enough for us to get our power running. And we can deal with it, right? Oh, we're going to be coming in right at the same height doing it this way. It'll work. I technically should be tearing this apart and putting the corner piece in, because we switched it. Although, that looks alright. It's the way it is now. So, we're going to go back to the tool. Probably dying, but that's okay. I like to put the walkways in just because if I don't, I fall off. Because I am not too bright. Not the walkways, the railings. Plus, if OSHA ever comes and checks out my building, I want to make sure that there's no violations. There's no point in giving the government fines. Let's get some power up. Utilities and you. Boop, 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 boop. So, we're just going to stick a line of these bad boys right here. Right here. That'll work. Seriously. And as you can see, I've still got plenty of materials, so we did do this properly. Okay, what do we got? That's 4. That's a pretty good start. I don't think I have to go as many because I brought enough to build 2, I think, 2 of those spice-filled generators, so I may not actually need these guys. Let's go downstairs. Oh, yeah, I gotta put a set of steps somewhere. That might be what we do. We might put our spice generators. Okay, so these guys, they're expensive to make. Advanced machinery, a ton of cobalt paste, a ton of spice melange. But if you have it, it's actually pretty cool because when I tear this apart, I get all of this back. It does require those spice-infused fuel cells, but each one of these things makes 1,000 power. And that's crazy. I mean, I need basically 3 of those things on top to equal one of these guys. So, works perfect. We're going to stick both of them right here. I didn't bring enough cobalt paste. That's one of the things I left a bunch of back behind, so... Alright, we're going to deposit 100. I brought 50 for each one of them, because 100 gets you 6 days. So, I figured it'd be enough, but we're going to have to adjust our plans a tad bit. Oh, another thing we got to do. So we got to make some water storage so we can put the water stuff on the top and start generating these things. So let's do you. So at one point I thought, you know what, steel ingots to make these little guys, you could put 4 of them here, and that's 100,000. Or you could do this, and it's takes up the whole area, but it also is 100,000 in water. Um, I didn't have a lot of industrial pumps, so that's why I didn't make a ton of these in the beginning. In a larger, like your home base, you got to be careful. In this one, I'm going to have enough slots um, in my for storage, like boxes. I'm not going to be using that many, so I could put a ton of those little canisters, not the large, but the medium ones here. Yeah, they're only 25, but you could fit 4 of them in one spot, so it's the same thing. Um, but in your home base, you're probably going to want to go with these guys just because that way you could have extra boxes, right? I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. All right, so we're just going to put you right there in the corner. Perfect. If we come over here to this guy and we take a look at it, right here. So the base areas, etc., whatever, building pieces, I'm way under. Production and light, whatever. Storage. So it's 2 out of 75. That's really not going to be an issue out here. I'm not going to get close to 75, but on your home base, you might. Because water storage, different boxes, if you have smaller size, but all the different things. I actually, initially, when I was moving my home base from my old spot to the new spot, I had tons of those little guys, and then I couldn't make any more boxes. And I was like, well, I can't, how am I full on storage? I was like, oh my God, the little canisters, the medium cisterns count. Didn't realize that. So if you have the industrial pumps, go for it, because you get everything back when you're here, when you tear this stuff apart. So it's not that bad. I'm gonna do 2 of them. We'll put this one in the grass. Industrial pumps you get from Sentinel City. Sentinel City, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it runs terrible. So I don't like going there. You can buy them from, what's her name? Zoe. But, alright, so for this, we're going to pop the roof on here. Oh, I'm going to drink some water, actually. It's probably a good idea. There you go. Let's go here. We'll finish this, and I'm gonna do actually just a regular roof. Yep, that'll work. So I should be able to fit 2 of the at least 2 of the units to make water, the large wind traps. Sorry. At least 2 of them up there. Okay. Alright, let's get away from you. Let's get up top. Boop. And like I said, we're going to put some handrails because we like to fall off of things. And I got enough to do 1 more layer. Ugh. We are close, aren't we? All right. So for this now, we're going to, go back to here, go to R, and we'll go to utilities, and we got ourselves a ginormous water trap. So we're going to go as far as we can and build. And build. Perfect. All right. Oh, let's go to you. And we've got a bunch of these. So we'll get these bad boys. This one's off-centered. That will bother me. So, of course, we're going to have to change that, right? Let's just do it now. I'm going to stick you there, and then I'll put you back in the... Oh my god, stop hitting the buttons, you dummy. It's why I'm not playing Battlefield. Holy cow, dude, it would be terrible. I know, Kitty, it's terrible, isn't it? There we go. Okay, I can deal with that. You know what? We'll probably extend this over, since we can. But for now, it is just fine. Now, we're going to take a look. Oh, I can stick one more in there. Might as well get the full thing out of them. We have 1150 and we're only using 320. So we're doing okay. We're going to build some more generators for sure. That there would be a medium spice bloom. And that is actually in really good positioning. It's probably, I would think, in the right area. That would be still in the PBE zone. But might be right in the line. We're in the top of B, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, we're at the bottom of B. So yeah, that's definitely within range. So that would be a good one to go to if we were prepared and not just now starting out. I'm going to get a couple of these guys running right now. Storage, but I don't have it on me. That's a shame. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to deposit all 400, get this sucker up to 24 days. Then we'll go to storage, switch back, and we're going to pull everything but 100, and let's see what that does. 6 days. We're only going to be out here a week. Perfecto. So we'll stick 100 in from each one of these guys. Storage. Back to the assault. We'll be short one day, but... Or not one day, but one unit. Oh, I can deal with that. Theoretically, once you get these bad boys going, you don't have to come back up here. You know what I mean? And I could technically build them in a manner that doesn't have the option of letting me come back up here to get to them. Because they're just going to sit here and run. If you look, 6 days, 5 hours. So, yeah, I'll be tearing these down come... probably Sunday night. So it won't matter at all, you know? Alright, let's get back to building some buildings, and we'll see if we can get this sucker sealed up. We will do it that way, right? Come on, man. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then we'll go to this wall. This is what I'm talking about with the... Sometimes it's silliness. Ow. And then we need to go to this wall. Interface is good. It's good. What are you doing, dude? Calm yourself. I'll tell you what, we can just seal this wall, or this place, all up. We'll do an outer face here. And then there. And I guess we'll have to do it here too. But I think we'll switch and do an interface on this one just because... Nah, we'll do outer. because we're not going to see it from the other side. Come on. There you go. Boop. Boop. And we'll just do solid wall here because we don't need anything coming in. Sweet. All right. I think this will work for the carryall. I think it's going to be enough. So a weird sound. Ah. Are we doing 300? Hopefully we got enough plastine. I mean, we got more, but and we do actually eventually have to go back, so looking at it, I could go up 4. Then I have to move a bunch of this stuff. So we're going to see how she looks with just a 3 spot in here. We'll bring the carryall out and see what she looks like. We're going to have to fix this. I mean, it's a transitional point, and it's a corner, and all of our corners have these. Gotta stand for something, right? Come on. There you go. Okay, now we'll put some winders. Boop. Boop. Might as well. I tried to use plastanium for everything out here. Oh, you bastard. I saw it just as I clicked on it, and of course I'm going to have to change it. I try to use plastone for everything out here just because it has far more durability than... come on. There you go. Than regular stuffs. So we don't put a wall here. We do something different. So I will destroy that, and we'll get back to it. How is this even allowing it? And how is it allowing it, but it wouldn't let me do that one back at home base? Mix it up a little. Not outer. Boop. And boop. Okay, so all we should have to do is finish off this section over here. And we'll almost be good. And boop. Okay, there we go. That creates a bit of a problem. Now we could deal. What was I talking about? I was talking about the roof. We're going to bring this all the way over. We're going to bring it all the way down to there. And then we have to do the same thing on this side. Up. Come on now. Okay. So now we go go back to this, back to utilities, and we're going to do a double pentashield door. We're going to do one right here. Pop up. And then we're going to do this one right there. And we are water sealed, folks. Hooray. The reason I do this is because, especially with the bigger pieces of equipment, it's not always logistically easy getting them in and out of certain places. So, for instance, if this was sitting right here, right, to leave, I could just hit this and we'll go straight up, which is perfect. And straight down isn't quite as easy, but what we can do, and especially with the big old monster, is because I have the door set up this way, we can come around here and we'll just fly right in this way, and she counts. And there she is. So, good shape. Good stuff. We should probably build a set of stairs. To do that, we go back here, we go back to you, we go back to this. We go to inclines, and we're going to select this. But first, we got to make a hole. And I think that'll work. Let's move you to the middle of the room, and you can go beside him, and you can come out here. And now we got to build stairs. 1 and 2. Again, make sure, just in case OSHA comes out, we are protecting these. Awesome sauce. We'll put one around there too, because you can't be falling. But this also gives me a nice spot to put that monstrosity. But the stupid box is in the way. Tucked off in the corner. Everything's great. And you will get to go right over here. Because we don't really access this that much. It's right in line with the door, but I guess it doesn't matter if people can see, right? Oh, I'll tell you what we can do is we can hit the exit button accidentally. We can just extend another little partial wall a bit over here. But this is actually pretty nice. We've got quite a bit of open space. We should be able to build quite a bit of things in here. How we doing? Look at that. We got 2,000 already. Let's see if we can make that go much faster. And I think we're going to do that. This section right here. I don't care enough to not make this like changing this floor. Normally I would. I probably should. But we're not gonna. Shoot. We are out of plastone, ladies and gentlemen. Out of plastone. For shame. Alright, let's go to you. And we'll go to you. And then we'll go to you. Worst case scenario, we'll just have to move it later, right? I don't think I can fit another one in here because it's going to want to fall off. That's a shame. There's worse things. Got you there. And we'll put that extra one in. Ooh, bad numbers, man. We're getting close. Oh, no, we got 2,000 for energy. So we're golden there. Let's go ahead and make sure that we make everything owner. I don't share. It's not that I'm being mean. I just don't have any friends. Ooh, oh, no, no. Guess we could put another one right up here, couldn't we? Let's do that. Let's do that. It's good enough for now. Boop. And we'll do the other one to fill it up. So yeah, we got 6 days worth again. Like I said, we're probably not going to be out here that long. So now we're cooking. We got 4. That is how many I have on my main base, and that's also how many I have on the monastery. So, and it's plenty. Both of those are completely filled up. So, yeah, we got 202,000. We need to build some more tanks. Drink some water because don't want to die. Come on. That will work. You can also alternate them like this so that you could squeeze some more in. Because you notice, well, no, we can do a straight line across. But since we're not hurting for space. Oh, I can't build that. I don't have enough duraluminum. I guess it's the cobalt paste that's really pushing us under. Because the rest of the stuff should be getting halved. But we just don't have any cobalt paste. But yeah, it's going to be fine. Let's get some things centered up a little bit better, and we got to make our final run back to the old basin. Drink some more water. Let's move. And just for now, this will be fine to sit over here. And I just want you guys somewhere besides standing in the middle. That'll work. So what we'll do, we'll go get some more plastanium. We need to get the stuff to make these bad boys. I'm going to bring this in a little bit more. This will be plenty of room for a sand crawler and the buggy to park. So that'll be great. And then we'll get this stuff moved out over here. We'll put our large ore refinery, and we will put a small one right there. Put some storage boxes here, and we'll probably put a bunch of death stills right along the edge there. We also can put some death stills right here because we don't actually have to get back there to the water tanks. The way that you get around that is you build like a medium one or something like that out here in the open where you can touch it, and you can put a wall up And those guys you don't even ever have to see them again. But there we are. So we've got the main structure at least built. There's some tweaking we're going to do. But it'll be okay. Let's take a look at her from outside. Not bad. Not too bad at all. Did we actually empty everything out of both of these? That's not ridiculous. Okay, so we need to get a bunch of cobalt paste and a bunch of other stuff, including all the crap that's laying in the thing already. Let's go do that. Oh, let's not do that, though. Did not want to do that. God damn it. Telling you guys, this tan middle finger killing me, and keep pushing the wrong things, and all sorts of silliness happens. But you get the idea here. So we're just going to go back. We're going to get some of the last materials that we have in this, and we are going to finish off that base, and then we'll be out collecting some spice sand. We are not going to be on tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving. It's a holiday. But since it took us so long to build this, I actually thought we'd get done a lot sooner, but since we decided to blow it up and we don't know how to use the scanner thing, we had some issues. Oh, man. Oh, wait, I know what we can do. Easy. What are y'all doing? Craziness. I'll show you what we're going to do. We're actually going to move, we're going to move the big stuff out. Yeah, we are. So I will admit, I was a little bit concerned with the, hey, we did it right. I was a little bit concerned with the carry-all and the sandcrawler crossing the world map. Because I thought to myself, there you can see I got 2 on this side, 2 on the other side. I thought to myself, you know, dude, are we seriously gonna trust them? Like, is it actually gonna work the way it's supposed to? But it did. So honestly, yikes! Hey! That's why we were way off center. But yeah, it always looks like it's gonna hit me in the head. I don't remember what I was talking about. Okay, so what we can do here is we can go to the actual sandcrawler inventory. Oh, that's right. That's what I was talking about. I didn't trust them that... sorry. I didn't trust them that anything I put in it when I cross the world map if it would remember, you know? That's a very simple thing to do, so there was no reason for me to think that it wouldn't work, but I just didn't trust them. But it did. So we are actually going to load all of this stuff into the sand crawler. Idiot. That'll be fine. Let's see. Is that going to be enough? I don't know that it will, so we're just going to bring a bunch of extra stuff out. What's the worst that could happen, right? Let's see. Sandcrawler. Just bring a bunch of that, because it seemed to be an issue. Silicone blocks we should be good with. Oop. And I think I saw a bunch of plastinium on that list, too. Man, we're making good use of this thing. Right, buddy? Hell yeah, we are. I mean, you know what? Let's just bring 2. And I'll have to see what else we need, but I'm going to bring some more cobalt paste because it seemed to be important, and I don't know if I have enough out there. Worst case scenario, I got to bring it back with me. So we're bringing 1,500 basically. Screw it. You know what? Tell you what, we'll just bring you over 1,500. There we go. And we'll move this over. Again, you get everything back, so. That looks good. That looks good. I feel like I'm going to need more of that, though. So we'll go back down. We don't have a whole lot. Make some. Oh, we got enough. Silly me. Works for me. I did spend a good amount of time also running about getting a whole bunch of bodies. I've got 2 medium boxes up there full of dead bodies to stick into death stills. So where's that to go? Let's get this big boy up and running. Like I said, I had never used it. She's got tons of space. I'm going to jump back out for some reason. She got tons of space. We might as well refuel it while we have. Medium size does almost nothing to this guy. Holy cow. It does nothing. So make sure. I got to be careful because she likes to hit the... Oh, man. It's going to be iffy, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Made it and didn't think I was ever going to use it. So that's why the building is not built for it. And we'll leave her standing right there. Look at that thing. Hoorah. I like how it says I'm water sealed, then sheltered, water sealed, sheltered. No, I'm not. Now I'm water sealed. Do we run all the way up all the stairs? And we go to the very often place I don't go, up here, where we got dual worm statues because we fancy. And oh, I need plastic. Oh, it's down the ground, and I'm full everywhere. It sounds like a later problem. So I love running around in the Scout. Scout Ornithopter is my favorite. It's the way to go. It's nicer with the thrusters on the Assault, but the Assault's a little bulky and sometimes gives you a little bit of trouble. This thing is like trying to fly a rhino. Holy cow, is she ever... She's something else. Wee. She doesn't turn quick. Calm yourself. So for this right here is how you grapple stuff. You hit the C and hold it. As you can see, there's nothing there, and I'm way too high. So we've got to drop down a little bit. And that should be fine, because now we see the yellow circle. The key to grabbing this thing, and I was doing this solo, keep in mind, when I went out there. You want to make sure that you park your carrier where your sand crawler is going to end up. What I mean by that is, let's say that this was a big, huge spice field, right? And I knew that I was going to grab this section of it, and then I was going to end. So what I would do is I would turn facing where it's going to be, and let's just say where it ends up is where I would have landed. And this is where I'm going to park her, right? So if a worm comes, or if I have to get up and get out of there, then we can literally just start getting some air. We can go forward, and once it goes big, boom, snatch her on the way out, and off we go. I would suggest that you find a nice little safe spot. This area here where I have my base, on your map, there are no worms in this area. They cannot get in here. So you are free to play around with this if you want to. You can run around with your shields. They don't come in there. It's one of the reasons why I picked this spot. But yeah, I would practice the pickup maneuver, because learning how to do it when you're on a field and you got worm sign, not the time to learn. You can also do it in the deep desert itself right when you first start, because that area is also worm free. Your choice. The Udham. There is no vulture mode, if I'm not mistaken, here. And you don't want to be too high up, because, man, like I said, fuel cells don't go very far in these bad boys. And I have forgotten one incredibly important thing. And that is, I need to make sure I have a way out. Because I don't want to bring my carry-all and the sandcrawler back with me. So what I need to do is I need to go pocket my scout. Man, I'm glad I remembered that. Otherwise I'd be flying this monstrosity. Alright, we'll get low enough. Drop it. And then again, like I said, always park it in a manner that makes it very easy to pick her back up. And like I said, I can leave this laying here, because nobody gonna come mess with me. Oh, am I gonna make it? Oh boy, I didn't want to grab it. Thought maybe we could get up there real quick, but okay. So we are going to grab this box, and we are going to bring up our scout. Make sure she is empty, which she is. I have these little boxes here in front that have a bunch of fuel cells that I've already made and a bunch of welding wire. That's so if I ever have problems, I've got this stuff already made. That way you don't have to, oh no. I mean, you can craft that stuff by hand, which isn't bad, but. So let's take you and we'll put you over here. And then we'll do the vehicle backup tool. Scan that in, and we're going to take that with us. So we're coming out to the deep desert in our carryall with a sandcrawler in tow, full of a bunch of junk, and we got a scout ornithopter in our pocket. That's how you do it, man. Oop. Pretty nifty. The first couple times I was terrible at grabbing onto that thing. And the other reason I say that you should park it in a manner that makes the pickup very easy is because, you know, if you're going to be farting around and doing dumb stuff with a vehicle, it's better to be doing it before there's a worm sign and you're safe compared to doing it after worm sign starts and now you're like, crap, am I about to get eaten? That's how I did it the first time. I thought I did right, but I got worm sign and I was way far away and behind the carrier, and I was like, well, this is not ideal. And it was close. I had probably about 5 seconds to spare before my sandcrawler got eaten the first time I ever took it out. It would have been devastating for morale. Like, oh my god, I'd have been horrified. I would have shut the channel down and deleted this game because I'm garbage. But I wouldn't have. Hell no, I paid money for it. I'm playing as much as I want, damn it. I'd have just never made a video and never I'd have built all this stuff again and never told anybody it ever even remotely happened. You'd never know. Sandcrawler? No, I didn't lose a sandcrawler. Actually, with the vehicle tool, you can rebuild things that you get broken up. Haven't had to do that yet. Not going to play around with it. I know you lose some durability on the machines, but that's what I do playing. I think it's funny that it still looks like a scout. And I wish, as a whole, I could move this fast. Would be great. Look at that. Man, that thing calls. It doesn't. It's the overworld map. We're at 2 hours, 20 minutes, but that's okay. Mind going a little bit long. So when you travel with that, it drops you behind here and it puts your carry-all in front of it. Going back to Hago, where the place I go in that upper section, man, I was looking directly at the carry-all and I was like, oh my god, where'd it go? And the sandcrawler was like way over there. And I was like, dude, what are you doing over there, man? But whatever. This makes for a bit of a difficult pickup, but I think we can figure it out, right? Overshot it. Thought about making an actual run out there, but here's the two issues. Number one, I don't know if that field that I saw like an hour ago is still there and still available. And I also don't know if I brought enough fuel cells to do a full run. I still haven't built the machinery here to make them. Boy, would I hate. But you know what? We're gonna get risky. We're gonna make a run and see what we can do. I think the sandcrawler is full. This is about half. I do have some fuel cells on me, but they aren't gonna do much. Pretty sure the scout is in good shape though. Alright, but we get to test how she does with the unload and loading. I think that hangar is going to be, that's about the same size as the one I got back in Haga, so. Drop. Move off to the side here. Thank God the wings don't count, right? Hey, 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 get back down. There you go. Why do you keep coming out? Wings sticking out the back. Yeah. Well, we'll pull in more next time. Now let's see if this bad boy can make it in. She's about half full too. I don't have a. I can make some fuel cells. She gets in. I mean, I guess I can't complain. Ain't much space, but she gets in. It's really dark in here. I gotta build some lights. Yeah, those 3 fuel cells are not gonna do a whole heck of a lot as far as sorry. Not gonna do a whole heck of a lot as far as these machines go. I think I gotta make another box, folks. Yeah, I gotta make another box. It's okay. We can make another box. Do a big one because we know we're gonna need it. Boop. Perfect. Now we got plenty of space for all of this silliness. Oh wait, she's got a lot of fuel cells in her. We got plenty. What are you crying about? Let's do it. Why not, right? We'll take a run out there and we'll see if we can find some spice to harvest by our little selves. I mean, right now we just need to make sure that we get the water building itself. So, I mean, we've got some time to waste before we're actually ready to do anything. And in we go. Let's see. We will refuel. I think I got one more on me, don't I? I do. Okay, that's plenty. Alright, we'll come over here. Oh, buddy, you gotta wait just a bit. Gotta wait. See what I'm saying? You can play around here because there's nothing going on. Eli, you got to stop, dude. You have to stop. No. No, no, no. This is weird. Here's a small spice. Somebody just landed, took the center, and rolled? It's bizarre. Alright, so we're going to go up in the air. And we're going to scout around a little bit. If I remember correctly, it was somewhere in this area is where that medium field went. The fact that that small is partially harvested, a little concerning, means we're not alone. I haven't seen any chat yet, so if there are people, they ain't talking. But we are not going to go into the PvP section. We are just setting everything up right now, so that is it's not going to happen. But I think this one that we saw earlier when we were back there building, it's a shipwreck. It was funny when I came out here Originally, I was looking for the buried treasure with the scanner and shipwrecks. Never saw a shipwreck. And then I came out here with the spice to get the spice stuff when I saw it blowing up. And on my way out to that spice field with this setup, it's two shipwrecks. Lucky bastards, man. Like the game knew. You're in C9. It's still plenty of save space to go. Easy there, Shia-Lud. Where you at? No, buddy. It's okay. Before you start wondering, I took him out before I started, so he has... It's been 2.5 hours. He can hold it a little bit longer. Can you give me just a bit? Yes? Can you? You're not gonna. You're gonna sit there and whine and cry. Buddy, I'm in no spot to help you right now. No, I can't. Look, I'm flying. You see this, right? You know I'm flying. You know what that means. It means we're in danger. Come on, bud. Hang tough, right? Right? You can hang in there. Oh, I'm not seeing this spice field that that bloom that we saw. I'm not completely that far out. Watch yourself. There's a lot of expensive stuff here. Well, there's a bloom headed towards us. There's a small right there. I think that's going to be a small one as well. Oh, we're getting too high up in the air. Oh, wait. What do we see here? Oh. No, that's another medium, guys. All right. Buddy, you gotta stop. And this appears to be untouched. Eli, you have got to stop, bud. No. It's not going to help at all. I'm going to stop right here in the air. Let me go get you somebody that can help you. Hold on a second. Go downstairs. Go downstairs. Downstairs. Take you out. Oh, I locked him out of the room. Let me send a message. Burning fuel. There we go. Somebody will get him. Okay, so here we are. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get as much of this field as we potentially can, and then we know that if we head directly west, we still have another safe field right there. So let me show you how we do this. Solo spice farming, because we got no friends. I'm actually in a clan, but they all moved to a different server. I did not, so I'm stuck. This actually isn't a bad setup. We're in practice. Yeah, this is pretty good shape. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to drop the sand crawler right here. Boop. And then we're going to slide to the side and just drop immediately down and jump out. Right? And here we are. And then we come running over here and we jump in. We're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to hit C to make the little thing come out. And we're going to slowly work our way over towards the carryall. So I go forward to about the middle, and then I back drag it. Just like this. That gets pretty much all of it out of there, which is really good. And then we're going to kick a little. Come in, and then we're going to make another pass. Now, I like to overlap just a tad. If you watch my content, you know I like leaving nothing in. You know, I want to get every bit of spice, every bit of silicone, the flour sand, and everything. So we go back and forth. Now, I'm going to at most... Hey, what's up, Maw Deep? I'm going to at most take a quarter of this field. And then we're going to jump out, and we're going to go airborne for a little bit. While we're going airborne, we're going to look around. We're going to see if there's any people around. We're going to see if that other spice thing is still kicking. And if it is, how awesome is it? And we're going to let the aggro of the worm that we may have stirred up go away. Now, as you can see, like I said, we work our way to the best positioning for that carryall to snatch us up. I don't want to get too far away from it. And I also don't want any people. Now, it's not that I'm being unfriendly. It's the fact that sand crawlers, for some reason, I wouldn't think so, are incredibly quiet. And they do not anger or stir up the worm very easily. But if you come over here with one of your compactors, that gets worm attention rather quickly. And for a guy compacting, he just lands, thump, 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 and then he gets the worm angry, and he flies up and gets out of the way and rinse and repeat. For me, I have to get out of this thing, run over to the carryall, get the carryall airborne, move it into position, hook this up, and then get enough height to be out of the worm's path. And it is far more involved. Look out, little guy. I'm going to be coming right through there in just a second. Far more involved for me. Look out, little dude. Look out. Okay, he got away. Okay, so we got a worm. Not ideal. And in this case, we're going to knee lift so we can get some speed. Jump in. And luckily, it's right in front of us. Hook up. And let's get some air between us and Mr. Shai-Hulud, who's coming. Ooh, you bastard. He tried, didn't he? He tried, but it didn't work. And there you go. Solo spice farming. So, like I said, we're going to hang out here. Look at that. That's awesome. Get our bearings on this. And then, once the worm sign goes away and everything's cool, we are going to drop back down. And we're going to go for the other quarter. We're going to take the next quarter of this field. Kind of in poopy position right now. This actually is not cool because that slope is dangerous. So we're actually going to start up here. And we're going to... The hell was that? Is there maybe a ship somewhere? You saw that when I dropped her down, man. We got worm sign. That bad boy's there, but he's not causing me problems. There must have been a ship that I didn't know about or something. right, tell you what we'll do. This is kind of dangerous because that slope definitely makes things a little sketchy. All right, so we're gonna come over here, and this will be good. I want to make sure, like, now is the okay time to be playing around. I want to make sure I've got enough room for the carryall to do what it needs to do. And also, if I decide to bail on this field, always remember, hit C, otherwise you're plowing for nothing. If I decide to bail on this field, I'll be bailing on the outsides. So I like to start in the center, work my way out. The first time I did this, I came out and I got, like I said, most of a field. I wasn't doing this method, so it didn't get as thorough, which still upsets me a little bit, but I'll be all right. And I went on to another field shortly after that, and some guy came along and started compacting. And after the first worm sign, and I got up off the ground, I was like, you know what? I'm not losing my stuff. So we vacated that field. It's actually kind of sucks because I had 3/4 of that field doing this method cleared off, and he landed to get that last quarter. And I'm like, buddy, come on. My theory on that is this is the deep desert. There is no ownership. So can I say that that was my field? Absolutely not. There's no way I can claim that, oh, no, what are you doing, dude? That's my field. But if you see somebody working one, you missed it, you know? You missed it. Good luck to you. I'll go find my own field someplace else. There's no reason to land on a field that somebody's already working, especially when you don't have a carryall, when you're compacting and they're doing a carryall. I remember when my guild or clan or whatever you want to call it, when they were a little more active, we came out and were doing a large field, and I was working security on that one, and we missed some there, but we'll get it. We were working a field, and little dude came out and started to compact, and then we typed a couple messages in the chat. We're like, yo, hey buddy, we're almost done here if you can wait. And worm signs, we got up off the ground, and then he came back down again. So we were like, yo dude, and we gave him a couple flybys, and he still didn't get the message. So then we shot some missiles at him. That got through. And we didn't even really try to kill him. Like, we weren't trying to hurt him. We're just trying to get him away. Like, dude, I think he's behind me. We gotta get up off this dune. But he flew off and finally got the message. We're like, okay, cool, thank you. And then he was like, ooh. And he was like, nice, real cool you guys to shoot at me while, there's plenty of spice for everybody. And it's like, dude, that's not the thing. That's not why we shot at you. We shot at you because you're risking our equipment, and we're not happy about that. All right, so half a field gone. We've been chased both times by the worm, although that time we almost got away. This, by the way, sucks. I don't like this at all because that is a very steep incline, and I just don't like the look of it. But we're going to do it because that's what we do. And I think what I'll do is I'll try to get this right away. And we may divide this into, we may take this in 3 runs. Just because the worms seem to be rather angry tonight. So we'll do a couple runs here, and then we'll get airborne, let everything calm down, and then we will get airborne again. We'll come back down, take a little bit more of it, and then we'll go from there. There's more spice. So I'm in the PvE section, which means I'm safe from other players trying to be mean, right? And that's true. I can't be engaged by other players. But what I can do is I can have somebody, for some reason, drop down here and put a thumper on my carryall, or put a thumper in the middle of the field to try to call a worm just to mess with me. Play the game you want to play, how you want to play. Some people want to be douchebags. And, can't change it, so all you can do is deal with it. The funny thing about this is I play Dune to kind of calm down. It's a very relaxing game for me. I don't get too crazy or too excited, and I can control the pace, which is really awesome. This is actually, crazy right now what's going on. I need to do this, though. And I don't like doing that. Yeah, you can see we got quite a bit of spice here. Don't know if I have my soft step boots on. I think I do. All right. Looks like that was just a small field. So, but she was close. I'm not sure where along here it is. Looks like that other medium has finally calmed itself down, so that's good. And that was a good chunk. Not quite a third of what was left, but a decent amount. So we'll come back down here. And usually that's enough time. Not low enough yet. So we're going to come to the right and work our way back in. Try to get at least half of this so that we... man. But I want to try to get at least half of this so that we don't have to hang out here too much longer. This should be perfect. I'll do that. Again, remember to hit C, make sure it goes out, and let's start harvesting spice. Oh, and while we're here, let's do that. As you can see, a medium fuel cell does a lot better in this thing than it does in the carryall. That's for sure. So yeah, somebody could come and thumper me if they were just being douchebags. And there have been douchebags on my server. So, I am paying attention. Listening for any audio cues of nefarious activities. Seeing if somebody lands near me or anything. I don't know how long you actually have to go in the air to reset worm aggro. Maybe I go up for too long. I mean, it's just fuel cells, so I don't mind if that gets used. If you've got really terrible people on your server, this is a perfect opportunity for them to do mean things to you. Because, you know, they're pretty certain that you're alone. Why would you be doing this by yourself if you have friends? Especially friends that are on. And, you know, they'll try to land on your carryall so that it can't take off. Land on your crawler. I'm going to do one more run forward. And then we'll go back up in the air. And then we should be able to grab this last bit in our last pass. One thing I haven't had to deal with yet doing this is a short spawn of the worm. I'll tell you what, we're actually going to go forward a bit. Because that way, right there, that way the crawler's in line of the carryall. Preferably, if I don't ever have worm sign while doing this, the happier I am. I let go too soon. See, now if this was worm sign, then life would have been horrible. Which is why it's good to take breaks. It's also good to take breaks because this does get a little nerve-wracking. Especially if you haven't done it a whole lot. Let's see, we'll put a little bit of fuel, but I think that's the last fuel cell I have, but I have some in the crawler. We might be able to get some of that other field. I don't know if we'll get the whole thing. My left leg completely asleep right now. And we're coming up on 3 hours, guys. It's a holiday special. That other field is done. I haven't seen anybody. I haven't seen any chats. So we're going to go up the hill first. Get all of that area. Come over here. We'll turn just a bit and we'll head down. And that should be good. Press C. Make sure she's out and off. During the winter, I drive a plow truck. When it snows, obviously. And this is very similar to snow removal from driveways and parking lots and road surfaces. So my real life skills of snow plowing translated into necessary skills for spice harvesting. I have a pretty dead server. Not a lot of people still playing, so you know I can get away with it. This is why you see so very little traffic talk and how I can do this and be left alone. If you're on a predominantly PvP-ish type server, this could be problematic. But again, like I said, I'm in the PvE area, so they can't kill me, but they can still mess with me. That you got to keep in mind. You are not completely free from danger. Shai-Hulud is always just over the horizon. Only problem with doing the back and forth thing is it does try to maneuver the camera like that. And that can get a little... It's like a jump scare almost, you know? Alright, one more shot. Shai-Hulud, you stay under. And we ended up with that much. And that's pretty much that whole field. There might be a little bit of residual here and there, but I'm not going to sweat it. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's get some straight up altitude. Now it's a little like weird looking. I wish it was daytime. I'm not going to hang out here this whole time until daylight comes, but that's a pretty good job of clearing that field. Let's go to the west and see what we can find, because there was another field while we were out here doing it. Things seem quiet. Why not? It's funny, I don't even have the facilities built to do anything with this once I get it back there. But we're building water, which is the important part, and we'll have it in due time. I don't think that's it. Maybe it is. We'll head more west-west. No, it's better than west? More west. Uh-oh. People. Alright, so this was that field that we saw going off in the distance. Somebody already came out here and got it. And they got it while we were doing what we were doing, which means we're not alone out here. Regular compacting. I could still pull some out of there. Especially since they probably aren't coming back, since they did a lot. They worked a lot. It might have been more than one person out here. But even if they were like, oh, hey, dude, don't worry, we could do this together. No, we can't. You're compacting. That's dangerous for me. That's how I get my stuff destroyed. So, no. This is almost exactly the same way it played out last time. As I've been out here building the base, ended up seeing a spice bloom, went and got the stuff, brought it out, and that spice bloom was still there. So there we go. Other ways you can do this, you can also play in an off time. Like, let's just say that, you know, if you're off the next day, and maybe stay up a couple extra hours later. Go out, gather some spice. Or another good one is to play in the morning. Um, because most of the kids will be at school and most of the other adults will be at work, and you should have free reign. Um, I remember one time over the weekend, I couldn't sleep, just having issues, and I was like, screw it. So I got up and I came out here in the deep desert. It was like 3 in the morning, and I never saw anyone. And I went around all over this place. So for a North America server, 3 a.m. is not a big gaming time. So yeah, if you come in off peak, you uh, might get some time alone. Would love to have grabbed a second field on the way out, but is what it is. You see that? Down there in the bottom corner, and then when I turn and look, it's gone. There was that one small. I'm not gonna land for that. I think you can take a small out with carry-all or with the sand crawler in like 2 or 3 swipes. So the key things here are, one, to finish the base, because we're not completely done with it. Number 2 is to build the spice refinery and to build chemical refinery so that we can make fuel cells, because as you see, these guys are kind of fuel hungry. We're going to get the buggy put together. So if we decide to go for plastanium, we can. If we just use it to get tons of power cells to keep these suckers in the air, so be it. Whatever it ends up being. But yet we got a base to finish, some equipment to build. I'm gonna park this bad boy in, and I'm hoping that I can get her all the way in. Come on, man. Ah, there we go. We tucked her in. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah. That should be plenty of space. Them wings shouldn't be sticking out. It doesn't matter if they are. It just bothers me. Oh, got tons of space. Tons. And just to see, we ended up with 5, 10, 15. We'll call it 1650 just to get, you know what, we'll call it 16. So we got 16,000. Pretty good for a single medium spice field. If we find a large, we could do way better. Let's bring one of these fuel cells over. I'm going to go ahead and fill this up, but we need fuel for, oh, come on. Oh, I'm running over fuel cells. We need fuel cells for the carry-all more than we need for this guy. All right. And there we are. Let's see. How full are you? You're not full at all, really. So we will, for the time being, use this for spice storage. I'm going to empty that sand crawler out. Boop, 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 boop. Hit the button off to the side. So normally it would take a couple days to get 10,000 back in Haga. And I got that and a half in a very short amount of time. So, and although No players could hurt me. Still, I was relatively safe, you know? So, right, we're going to take this stuff out. And we're going to build the buggy. We got to go I, and then we have to go here. We'll replace you. And let's do that now. Boop. Oh, okay. Alright, so we got chassis, front, back, cutter array. Whatever that was. Whatever those are. Motor. Still missing a leg. Where's that at? Is that in here? Hi, kitty. Aw. Oh. Why am I missing a leg? Is it just late to generate, or what the hell's going on here? Where did I leave it? Did I leave it back at... Oh, I left it back at Haga. Alright, so I gotta go get the last thing I'm missing, which is one tread. Stupid. Hey, you should stop that. But yeah, we're gonna get the tread, and we're gonna actually start making some other things. Let's do this. Spice melange and advanced machinery. I have those. 28 advanced machinery. Why are you thinking it doesn't work? Oh, you know what? I never built the I never built a spice refinery out here with this setup, so that's why it wasn't in the box waiting for me. Shame. So we need a couple more things for that, right? Get out of here. And that's just spice. So what am I missing? I'm missing some melange. I know I saw that. So we're missing melange and 8 advanced machinery. Other than that, we're looking real good. Silicone blocks, we could use some more before things get too crazy. Tell you what we're going to do. We are going to make a medium chemical refinery. We'll definitely have to bring more stuff out. We need spice melange and complex machinery, if I'm not mistaken. Skadooch. Reason we did that is because we wanted to have the ability to make these. Just because we got so much power and so much stuff that it takes to get in there. But that's why we wanted to do that. We're going to get a spice refinery out here. Let's see. How are we doing on water? Well, 31,000. It's building up. It'll take a while. We also have leader johns back at the base. We can take a bunch of these. We're going to have to go back and get a tread, apparently, because we're dumb. Otherwise, I'd go out and get some of them fuel cells. But that will be for another time. And we're going to fine-tune this base up a little bit. And we're going to see how much spice we can get. Monday, I will update you whether or not we're playing Battlefield or not. But Monday, we'll update how much we get. Might even drop in Saturday and see how this is going. But we've done 3 hours. That's way more than we usually do. Well, that's not. It's only like an hour. It's like 50% more. But that's what we're going to do. So anyway, guys, this was awesome. You get to see me do some solo harvesting. I'm actually have a video that I've been making about that initial experience that I had, and hopefully that'll be out soon before the weekend's over. And you got to see it live, so that's kind of like an early premiere. So there you go. Anyway, thank you very much, Jim. Was nice talking with you, bud. Um, Glad you got out there in the DD. That was awesome, and good totals, by the way. 2,500, 1,500. So nice. Um, like, subscribe, share. All those things are appreciated. Helps the channel out, helps me out, keeps me doing what I'm doing. Um, for those of you that celebrate it, happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. I hope it goes really well. Family fun. Maybe watch some football, eat some great food. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, awesome Tuesday or Thursday. Hope it's an awesome Thursday. Anyway, guys, I'm heading out. So as always, I will see you out there. Take care.